Good morning, Spiritual Life Center. How are you this morning?
Oh, real good.
I can't hear you. Come on.
I'm real good.
I'm feeling good too. Thank you for being here. We have Carrie on the keys again. Woo! And we have Miss Dahlia with us today as our lead singer. We're going to sing some stuff for you. Let's start out with our wonderful welcome song. Here we go. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. In the right place, I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. In my soul, oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome, and your souls are welcome, and all our souls are welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm meant to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am giving the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. And oh, my soul is welcome here. I am giving the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. I'm getting the message. I am giving the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Yeah. My soul is welcome here. Come on, let me see your hands up. My soul is welcome here. Yeah. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Yeah. My soul is welcome here. Yeah. My soul is welcome here. Yeah. My soul is welcome. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. That's right, your soul is welcome here.
Well, our souls are welcome here. Good morning, Reverend Deborah. Good to see you.
It's good to see you, Reverend James, and our souls indeed are welcome here. And we greet you this morning in the name of all that is good, all that is holy, and all that is sacred, and in the warm and loving energy of this community, Spiritual Life Center. Spiritual Life Center honors all people worshiping in temples, mosques, churches, stone circles, and of course, the beautiful temples of nature, because there is no space that God does not grace. And if you're with us for the very first time today, whether here watching us online or here in person, we especially want to welcome you because we know that we are not here by accident, and neither are you. We are all here by divine appointment. And we're so excited to get together each week, and that excitement extends to silencing their electronic devices, and please refrain from flash photography during the service.
Well, we created that clearing to connect with that presence. So let us commune with this, something that's beyond words, but is so very real. More real than the chairs we're sitting in, the platform I'm standing on. It is the foundation of all that we see. So we're grateful to allow this presence to have its way with us. We come under its government and its guidance because we know it contains all the qualities of the Spirit of God that is within each and every one of us. The peace that passes all understanding, the wisdom, the joy, the love that is beyond measure. It is all balled up for us to connect with and express in every thought we have, every word we speak, every action that we take. So we anchor that truth into our life right here and now. And as we do, we radiate this energy everywhere that we go so that it ignites the same recognition in all those that cross our path. So they realize who and what they are as unique expressions of the divine. And as we continue to raise our awareness and be one with the one, we can say without a doubt that when you see me, when you see us, you see the present that sent us. So we do our part, and then we release and let go and allow the Spirit to do its part through and as our life. For this and so much more, we're grateful and thankful as we go forth, reminding each other of the truth of our being, that we're unique expressions of the Spirit of the living God, here to bring forth the possibilities of the human spirit in our world. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. Well, we have a very important purpose here at Spiritual Life Center as reflected in our mission statement, and invite us to collectively say it together. To transform lives, to make a positive difference in the world, as we love, serve, and remember. And we carry out that mission as we embody and live to the best of our abilities 5 universal principles. Again, let's speak them aloud. God is absolute good and everywhere present. People are inherently good. Thoughts create our experiences. Prayer and meditation are how we connect with God, and we must take action.
And we had some exciting action Wednesday night for the first night of Reverend James' class called Sacred Symbolism, Unveiling the Metaphysical and Mystical Layers of the Bible.
That's a mouthful, isn't it?
It is a mouthful.
Yeah,
Thank you for...
As I read that now, I said, you could have shortened that, James.
And we had a great conversation, and you can come even this week, even though you didn't go last week, but I believe, and you asked us, our homework, in case you want to come, was reading Genesis 1 and 2. What are you going to do with that?
We're going to look at it how we can metaphysically apply it in our life.
Okay.
And maybe contrast that to sometimes the literal interpretation and say there's an alternative way to view those scriptures.
All right, let there be light.
Let there be light, and let there be folks there.
So the community meal is at 6, and the program starts at 7.
And of course, we're continuing on with our Light the World Gala with our auction that is continuing on after the date of the gala. And so we're accepting auction items right here, right now. I believe now is the last call for the auction items. So if you have something that you'd like to auction off to support our community, just bring them at Spiritual Life Center and we'll take it from there. So we appreciate the support from anyone who wants to support us with their items for the gala.
And we also have another wonderful event coming up, the Thrive Treasures Marketplace Boutique. It's going to be Saturday, October 28th, and right now we are calling for artists and craft persons. So you can offer your handmade art, your fine craft work, or services to our SLC community. So you can sign up for that. You can find Sally, but we're going to have something on the website, by tomorrow night? By tomorrow night, you can go to the website and sign up to have a table at the marketplace, and this will be open for a couple of weeks, but it's kind of a short time, so get in there and do your thing. And also, I think we're going to have it from 10 to 3 instead of 10 to 2. So sign up, bring your crafts, because I know we have such talented people here.
Yes, it's great art.
So bring it, and then everybody will get their Christmas shopping done on October 28th, and then they can just sit around and drink pumpkin spice something for the next 2 months.
Okay, I love it when a plan comes together. Well, each month we have a Board of Trustee member to give us an update from what's happening with the board in our community. And today, we're going to invite Josie Johnson, who's our Board of Trustees president, to share our board update from the Board of Trustees.
I have to get my glasses on because I can't see. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Josie Johnson, president of the Board of Trustees. I'm here to bring you the update for October. On September 26th, we held our first open board meeting. 5 people signed up and 3 people came, and we got through it. We're waiting for feedback from everybody, so we'll get that. Our next board meeting, though, is October 26th from 5 to 8. Next Sunday, October 15th at 1 p.m., we're having a new member information session in person or by Zoom. So whether you've been coming to SLC along or you're new and you need to get your questions answered, please come to the new member orientation with James and Sally. Next, we take gifts. I'm going to have to read this to you because it's for real estate. We take gifts of real estate and have learned the most efficient way for all parties to benefit. The people who donate their properties receive their tax write-offs, and the beneficiary, SLC, and other nonprofits get the proceeds. Neither of them have to worry about that because, why is that? Yes, we partner with specialized nonprofit organizations. They take title of the real estate and take all of the risk. They market and sell the property, and the proceeds goes to SLC or other nonprofits. 80% of people who donate, they donate because they love their charities. 20% donate to get the tax write-off. And so when that happens, we benefit from it. And we're looking forward to, and we're expecting money from this adventure. So hold the high watch for us. Next, a reminder, today at 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m., the Board of Trustees is presenting our community meeting. We are looking forward to seeing you all there. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy.
And of course, every week we remind you that there are many activities that foster transformation in our lives here at Spiritual Life Center. So check out our weekly small group and other offerings, and you can go out to the courtyard, look at the bulletin board, or you can go over and chat with the lovely ladies at the hub. And of course, you can always go to our website and find out what's going on there.
Well, one of the benefits of being part of a spiritual community is to make connection with other folks on the path of growth, development, unfoldment spiritually. And oftentimes we have events like our gala or classes or just lunches together. But you don't have to wait until an event to take place to connect with someone. You can do so right here and now. So in a manner that feels comfortable for you, just turn to a person that's near you and just say, "You are marvelous, and we are glad you are here."
All right. Please stay standing for our group song. This is our FIA Faith in Action song, and it's by Ms. Paul Mandela, who is here. Woo! First Sunday back, right? Yeah, welcome.
Welcome back, Paula.
Yep. All right, so here we go. Faith is the key.
Sing along.
Yep.
Living my life from the inside out, moving toward my dreams, turning away all my fears and doubts. A world of lack is not what it seems. There's no secret, there's a universal truth. The life that we are living is the life that we choose. Faith is the key to the kingdom of power within me. I see it, believe it, and now I can achieve it. Love moves in me and transforms every fear into courage. I feel it, I know it, and every day I'll show it. Yes, I will I feel it, believe it, and now I can achieve it. Love moves in me and transforms every fear into courage. I feel it, I know it, and every day I'll show it. Yes, I will. Faith is the key. Love moves in me.
Let me hear you say it. Come on.
Faith is the key. Love moves in me.
Oh. Well, we know as we go through our Faith in Action series, one of our elements of the Faith in Action series is that each week, whatever the topic is, one of our resident artists will provide a pictorial representation of the theme of the week. And so this week's artist is our one and only Paul Sanchez. Many of you know. And he wrote a piece that he's entitling Healing Winds. And here's what Paul writes. Very nice, isn't it? I offer healing winds. The logical mind notices that the Native American style wooden flute appears to be on the rocks, meaning to the logical mind. It is about to experience difficulty and is likely to fail. A wooden flute should, in the physical realm, never be overexposed to water, as the water can damage it and render it useless. It will most likely squeak when played. However, in the spiritual realm, this flute is in the flow. Not only is the river flowing and offering its healing through the element of water, the flute, too, offers healing medicine using the element of the wind, the breath, the prana. It is exactly where it is supposed to be, on the right side of the healing stream. Eric Butterworth speaks of the parable of the fishermen who were unsuccessful relying on their own knowledge and years of experience. They were caught in their humanness, the physical realm, and doing the same thing over. It wasn't until they later cast their nets to the right, the spiritual realm, that their nets caught so many fish and now were unable to haul it in. Being on the right side of the stream creates the space we need to allow healing. They were in the flow, just as we, too, can shift our consciousness to a higher vibration and be in the flow of healing. We change from, I got this, to God's got this. See you on the right side. Paul Sanchez.
And now, as we move into the contemplative portion of our service, let's embody the words of our vision statement together. Spiritual Life Center is a loving, vibrant family that welcomes home all people and accepts everyone, no exceptions. Weaving ancient spiritual with divine, we cultivate a spiritual deepening with the divine, each other, and our planet.
This body is the temple of my soul. This body, my heart and mind make whole. This body, born of light and love divine. This body is sovereign and it's mine. This body is the temple of my soul. This body, my heart and mind make whole. This body, born of light and love divine. This body is sovereign and it's mine.
Wondrously made, perfect in design,
Infinitely wise, all healing is in me. This body is the temple of my soul. This body, my heart and mind make whole. This body, born of light and love divine. This body is sovereign and it's mine. Wondrously made, perfect in design, infinitely wise, all healing is in me. 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 All healing is in me.
What beautiful meditation music. Just allow those words to keep flowing through you. And give yourself permission to sit in a comfortable position. Close your eyes. You may wiggle your fingers and shake off anything that has no purpose in this moment. Take a deep breath and release. Become completely relaxed. Alan Watts once wrote this: "It is fundamental to pleasure that one learns to wiggle and not be stiff and rigid. As we would say, let go, relax." Relax means to be supple. It also means to learn the strength of your weight, how to use your weight, and how to flow with gravity. Water, for example, always flows with gravity, and it wiggles. It takes the course of least resistance and yet has tremendous strength. Take in his words. Are you ready to get a little wiggly? To be like water? Let's do just that as we practice a mindfulness meditation from Thich Nhat Hanh. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. Breathing in, I know my breath has become deeper. Breathing out, I know my breath has become slower. Breathing in, I calm myself. Breathing out, I feel at ease. Breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I release. Breathing in, I dwell in the present moment. Breathing out, I feel it is a wonderful moment. Breathing in, out, deep, slow, calm, ease, smile, release, present moment, wonderful moment. Be like water, strong and supple in the silence. Slowly come back to your body and return to the present. Be in your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a deep breath in and let it out with a sigh. When you are ready, open your eyes. Remember, the world is a wiggly phenomenon. Our minds may wish to put things in straight lines or boxes, but a deeper wisdom tells us that to thrive in this world, one must be both strong and supple, and also go with the flow. It's time to trust that deeper knowing, your inner wisdom. The martial artist Bruce Lee aptly said, "Be like water, my friend." I agree with him. May it be so.
There is a light it's shining for you, coming in to make you whole. There is a love, a holy love. There is a love. There is a love, a holy love. There is a love that is shining for you, coming in to make you whole. It's shining for you, coming in to make you whole. There is a peace, a holy peace. There is a peace. There is a peace, a holy peace. There is a peace that is shining for you, coming in to make you whole. It's shining for you, coming in to make you whole.
The Holy Spirit is all around you, the healing storm. The Holy Spirit is all around you, the Holy Spirit, yeah.
And it's shining for you,
coming in to make you whole,
shining for you,
coming in to make you whole.
coming in to make you whole, coming in to make you whole.
I'm sure you didn't want to break up that energy field. I shared earlier that sometimes when you have a song, you just want to put it on repeat. I could have just put that on repeat and we could have just listened to that the rest of the service, but they keep putting me on the program, so. You know that God is good. All the time, and all the time, God is good. Well, welcome to our second week of our Faith in Action series. And the theme, of course, is going with the flow. And for me, I think going with the flow is really being in tune, being in rhythm with the fundamental harmony of this magnificent universe that we're part of. And this week, as we look at the topic, Healing Stream, your Superwisdom, I was thinking about what silent unity is about. If you've never don't know what silent unity is, it's a place you can call for prayer 24 hours a day out of Unity Village. And I was looking back at the history of it. It started in 1889. And there was a gathering of friends and acquaintances. They came together to pray and affirm and visualize for healing. And within a year, Myrtle Fillmore, who was the one that really started this, along with her friends and colleagues, created the Society of Silent Help. And then later on, they renamed the Society to Silent Unity. And then in 1929, they started being a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week live-in prayer line. And when I was in ministerial school, one of the practicums that we had to do was to go into the prayer room and receive calls to pray with people who call from all over the world. And normally, you would think that because I have so many different people, we have like lots of different prayers, and in some respects that's true, but they really fell into about 3 basic categories. One of the categories was, well, money and a job. I need some prosperity. The second category would be relationships, and people would say, I'm in a relationship, I want to get into a relationship, or I'm in a relationship, I need to get out of a relationship. Will you pray for me? And then, of course, it's the third category, which is probably the number one category, was healing and health. And, of course, healing is the foundation of Unity's New Thought movement that really was instigated and started by Myrtle Fillmore. And she had a book called Healing Letters that talked about many of the experiences that those around her had in their own healing experiences. And, of course, they were talking not only just about physical healing, but mental healing, spiritual healing, all kinds of levels of healing. And of course, when we have our health, we often take it for granted because, some people, they're just blessed with absolute pristine health. It doesn't matter what's happening around them. Everybody in their family could have a cold and they don't catch it. Someone else in the whole community could have a flu and don't even touch them. There could be a plague in the whole world, and it will not touch them at all. They're not affected. And, of course, when we have our health, we often will take it for granted till we don't have it. And as individuals say, they will do anything, go anywhere, pay any amount of money to get their health back and get back into the flow of their wholeness. A few weeks ago, I had one of those experiences where it gave me a whole appreciation for life and how important it is. And, as Dr. King said, longevity is not guaranteed. But anyway, this particular day, I don't know if you ever had an experience where you drank some water and went down the wrong pike. Yes. And I've had that happen to me from time to time. And, I just, clear it up. Well, this time, when I drank that water, it didn't clear up. And I couldn't breathe. Nothing I could do to dislodge that blockage that I was having at that moment. And I thought I was going to have to go outside. I was by myself. I thought I was going to have to go outside and get a neighbor to try to help me. And then finally what I did, I finally relaxed. But I tell you, I just thought, is this how it's going to end? I was definitely out of the airflow in that moment. And I think part of it is that, we have a predisposition for life. I think we're predisposed to life. That's our nature. And then here's the thing, that as children of the Spirit of the living God, not only are we predisposed for life, we're predisposed to affluence. We're predisposed to happiness. I think we're having something within us predisposed to wisdom, wealth, and also we're predisposed to well-being and wholeness. It is our nature. And these qualities are not for the lucky or the special. These qualities are for everyone. And what we want to do is remind ourselves what we can do and do what's necessary to activate that mystic chord of remembering that this is what we are here to express and be predisposed for. So that who and what we are comes out each and every day to play, to shine, to sing, to dance, and stay in the flow of this presence. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean we don't have dis-ease or physical impediments. That seems to go along with the program. But as Eric Butler points out, that we can still be whole, even when we have those experiences, because each of us is a flow of wholeness. Each of us is whole wherever we are, whatever may be conditions of our mind or body, because as Teilhard de Chardin points out, there's an unimpeachable wholeness of the universe, and we are one with that presence. I was thinking about when I was my first week, and I went to college many years ago. I can't believe it's been that long, but I still remember certain things. And I remember one time there was a classmate who was blind. And he had come in maybe a week or so before everyone else was there to get familiar with the campus so he can get around. And within that week, he knew the whole campus by heart. You know, he would have his, I don't know what they call the blind, the stick to help him get him around. And understand, this campus is huge. It has about like 200 buildings, over 600 acres. And he seemed to know every nook and cranny of that campus. I didn't learn where everything was till I graduated. It took me 4 years to figure out where everything was. And he learned everything in a week. It just shows me that even though we may have a physical setback or illness or some sort of dis-ease, we still are here to do something magnificent. So we're still whole even though we're in the illness itself. And that's why I think Jesus was asked about a man who was born blind. And they came up to Jesus, who had been working on the Sabbath, and they were giving him the third degree about that, but that's a whole different story. And they asked him, Jesus, who messed up who messed up? Who sinned? Who screwed up to cause this man to be born blind? And he said, neither. He was born blind in order to glorify the power and the presence and the love of God. That being said, when we find ourselves out of alignment with our well-being, some part of us really desires to have that health, to get back into that wholeness that sometimes eludes us. As the text points out, the secret to healing of any kind is to correct the conditions that are impeding the natural flow of life by altering states of consciousness. Well, in this chapter, Butler talks about the parable of the fisherman. I mentioned it last week, and Paul mentioned it in his reading for his artwork. But it bears repeating that the fishermen were at sea. And they were fishing, and they fished all night long, and they caught nothing. Nada, zip, zilch. And these were experienced, well-seasoned fishermen. And they were going back, after the sun was rising up, and they were heading back to shore, and they were a little despondent and, disappointed. And Jesus supposedly met them and suggested something to them. And he said, fellas, this time, why don't you go back to the boats and drop your nets on the right side of the boat. And they're probably thinking, look, we're professionals. You, at most, are a carpenter. You don't know anything about fishing. But they listened to him because I guess he was raising people from the dead, so they said he might know something. And so they went back to the boat. And they did drop their nets on the other side of the boat. Now, we know the net represents consciousness. And they were saying in so many words of the story telling us to get your consciousness right. Make sure it's in alignment with the qualities of God. Make sure it's in alignment with the energy of pure spirit. And when we do that, we get into the flow of this wholeness and this energy that is there. And of course, our goal is, how do we stay there? And you may know the feeling of what it means to be in the flow. At least, I have that feeling from time to time. You get up in the morning and you're feeling good. You're just feeling magnificent. It's a great day. Everything is working really well. You go outside and you get in your car and all the lights turn green, not one red light, not even a yellow on the way. You go right straight through. You go to a parking lot. It's full of cars. There's not a parking space right there. You pull up, car pulls out right just for you. You go to your baggage claim after getting off your flight, and your bag is the first one that slides down the carousel. Now, that only happened to me once in my life, but I knew that day I was in the flow. But you know that feeling? Feels that way when we're in the flow of healing and health and wholeness and well-being that is ours by our birthright. But as Deborah points out in the text, it's not something that we get. It's only something that we can be. It is the reality of life. It's the reality of God. It is our natural and normal way of being in the world. Anything outside of that is really abnormal. It's not our normal way of being. But as he points out in that first week, and we shared last week, we have to begin within. As within, so without. Because our life must be lived from the inside out. And what we see in the outer world, what we see in the external circumstances, always begins with something inside of us, our consciousness. Or we need to do that rather than take our cues or somehow be influenced by the external situations that happen around us. You know, our son Jalen was... had some sniffles that was coming up. He's always pretty healthy, but he had some sniffles, and somebody suggested he take this remedy. It was a natural remedy. I don't know quite what it was. You just drop it in some water, you drink it, and it's supposed to help, clear up, whatever you're going through. And of course, he did that, and the next day he was, whatever he had was gone. But he said something interesting. He said, I don't know if that thing really worked. But what I do know, I believed it was going to work, so it worked. So I think herein lies the clue to getting in the healing stream. We realize it originates in our mind. It originates in our thoughts. It originates in our beliefs that we hold about life and about ourselves. And if I were to sum up the essence of this new thought philosophy, the new thought teachings, it's probably those 8 words that Jesus said to this effect. At least I condensed it down to 8 words. And these words are, it is done unto you as you believe. 8 words. I counted them. You can count them up. I think they're correct. Unless you look at unto as being 2, but I'm saying that's unto. It's 2 words. But these beliefs often are reflected in the words we speak to ourselves about ourselves. You can often determine what a person really believes. What are they talking about? What are we affirming? What are we thinking? What are we saying out loud on a regular basis? In fact, let's affirm some words of truth right now, if you don't mind. Just say these words with me. I am in the flow of life. I move easily with the flow. I am radiantly and enthusiastically alive. I am free from stress. I am unhurried and unworried. I thought some of those words are in that chapter, on page 43, some good words just to reaffirm within us. So I think when we speak words like that, our cells of our body temple begin to dance because it's in alignment with the truth of who and what we really are. Myrtle Filmer, who I said was a catalyst for the creation of our movement, of unity movement, of course, was diagnosed with tuberculosis, which at that time was considered fatal. He didn't have the medicines that we have today. But at some point, she realized that, she may have gotten that diagnosis from the doctors, but the healing stream of the Spirit-living God really had her prognosis. And she embraced that prognosis when she heard these words from one of the lecturers that she had been going to define what her healing would be. And these words were, you are a child of God, you do not inherit sickness. And we might add, even to the extent that I may inherit it, it does not have the final word. Now, it took her a while to embody that belief. I think she was praying and meditating and affirming consistently for a 2-year period of time, and speaking those words of truth. But after a while, she moved to the right side of the law. She went to the right, she put her net on the right side of the boat. Up until that point, she said she was frustrating the natural flow of accepting and reinforcing the doctors and the external world's prognosis and embodying that prognosis or diagnosis as her belief. And as a result, her energy field was blocked and is resisting the healing stream that is always there for us. As this week's reading notes, resistance begins in the mind, where self-limiting attitudes become poor conditions for the flow. And then the cells of the body, taking their cues from the mental state, begin to experience resistance and congestion. Now, we know that's somewhat of an oversimplification because there's so many other factors, but we start there. But no doubt, a limited consciousness produces oftentimes stress in our life, ills in the body temple. And we can reduce the resistance and lessen the resistance by what I call reversing the cursing. Now, we're not talking about, profanity. People think cursing is using profane words in their language. But real cursing is using words that are against us. Oftentimes we use words that are really not for our benefit. They're not really uplifting our energy field. Words like, I'm so tired. And then the universe will say, oh, okay, let me make you more tired. You say, oh, my back hurts. Okay, we can add a little bit more back pain to you right now. Oh, we say things, oh, that person over there, they make me sick. Oh, let me have that person show up even more in your life so you can have a little bit more of that sickness in your life. And you say, oh, every time I go on that job or wherever I see that person and hear their name or see their face, oh, I just get so upset when I think about them. But all we're doing is putting toxins in our own body temple. We're not doing anything to them. They're going about their business. They're not even remembering what's happened that day. So oftentimes, we'll take this great power of the words that we use and the great power of the universe that's behind that, the magnificent flow of this universe, and we're reversing its flow in our own life. And we begin to debilitate ourselves, steal our own energy, atrophy our creativity, block the flow of life flowing through this body temple. Our mental body becomes polluted. Our emotional body sometimes becomes reactionary. Our physical body begins to take the shape of the curse that's coming out of our mouth. And that's why they have in that scriptural reference, I think Jesus or somebody said, somebody wise, said, it's not what goes into your mouth that is so important. No, it's not what comes out. It's not what comes into your mouth that is so important, but what comes out of our mouth. It's having an impact on us in this instant. And it begins and causes us maybe sometimes to age faster or create all kinds of toxin movements of the body temple. And next thing we know, we may be getting older. But I think if you want to stay young, think young ideas. I think if you're thinking old ideas, oh, you're getting old. But if you're thinking young, that's why I like hang around with young people, because it keeps me up in terms of finding out what it means to stay in that youthful energy. But if we're not doing that, we're blocking the flow of our creative endeavors. And our intention to be here for God becomes disintegrated. And we begin to cripple ourselves a little at a time. And we become absolutely unavailable to the flow of God as it's flowing through us. Because we're cursing and making it go against the flow. And then we find ourselves railing against an external God, asking, why is this happening to me in my little life? But we remind ourselves that we are here to reveal the face of God. And we do that by reversing the cursing in our life. And we understand this. As some people begin to practice this, because they've created such a habit of using the words against them all the time, they're going through a long period of time of being quiet because that's all they know to do. They don't know what to say if they're not using the words against themselves or against someone else. Because every time they open their mouth, the natural cursing is going to come out. So some of us are going to have to just be quiet. That's okay. Do us all some good and stop profaning the universe with cursing about how bad things are and how tired you are, how many things never go your way. Oh my God, I know this is going to happen bad today because it happened yesterday. No, just be quiet. And then you'll grasp what the psalmist wrote in Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God in the midst of you. It reminds us why meditation is one of the keys to putting us right smack dab in the middle of the healing stream. because something wonderful begins to happen. As it says in Isaiah, the 40th chapter, the 31st verse, but those that wait on the Lord, and we talk about the Lord, not a person, but it's the law of life. It's the law of our being. It's our super wisdom. Those that wait upon the Lord, their strength shall be renewed. They shall mount up like wings of eagles. They shall run and not get weary. They shall walk and not faint. Those that wait, those that wait, those that wait. See, it's reminding us that when we have those emotional or psychological or physical challenges, the first thing that we want to do is go for the meditation before we go for the medication. You know, medication is okay, it's needed at times, but first go for the meditation. Connect with the presence of pure spirit. Meditation helps put us in that flow and opens us up to that healing stream, which means that we have to do exactly what the butterfly does. The butterfly has solar panel wings, and every morning it wakes up, spreads its wings, and absorbs the sunlight from the sun, and when it's full, it goes out throughout the course of the day, flower to flower, flapping and being absolutely beautiful. So we too need to wake up every day and stretch our spiritual wings, come in line with the flow of life that is within our soul, so we are fueled by this presence till this energy field is more real than the circumstances that we may be facing through the course of the day. And then we're filled with the presence. We move through the day, flapping our wings, walking and talking and exhorting and expressing the name and the nature of pure spirit. So we don't want to leave till we're full of the presence of God. Sometimes we're full of something, but we want to be full of the presence of God. This is what it means to cast our nets to the right side of the boat, embody the belief that sets the direction of our life and sets us up to be in the healing stream of spirit. Because as it says, as a man or woman believeth in their heart, it is done unto them. So the things that happen around us or seemingly happen to us will have little bearing on our physical or our mental or spiritual well-being. We shall not be moved by what's going on, because we realize that the only enemies are within our own household, within our own mind. And when we convince ourselves of this truth, we realize our oneness with the flow, and our life outpictures the qualities of this flowing, healing stream. You know, as I close out today, just know that, I believe that all authentic teaching, it's not about trying to get us to conform to some kind of external thought. True spiritual teaching is about getting in tune with the sacred and tapping into the super wisdom that is there all of the time, so that we evolve personally by being in the flow of life and being transformed by the renewing of our minds and hearts. As we do, we rise up in consciousness, because it's all about consciousness. We know that our thoughts are prayers, and prayer is beholding the truth, finding our place in God, and getting in the flow of life. As I mentioned, we're predisposed for health and wholeness. It is not something that we do with our own might, our own power. It is something that we just know and we realize and see manifest. We create the conditions for it to come through us by thinking and speaking and believing and acting from this truth, from this wholeness. This we can do. So I think as we go through the week, just think about a place in life that we may be out of the flow. And then begin to choose again. Choose from that place of our super wisdom. Not trying to overcome a problem, not trying to make something happen, but trying to know and flow with this presence. And feeling our way to our center, feeling our way back to God, feeling our way to this healing stream of truth, which is our true nature and the peace that we are. And in that space, there's nothing to fight. There's nothing to prove there. There's nothing to get rid of there. We are doing and being what God wants us to do and to be, which is to know God and manifest God. Know God and manifest the qualities God. So the verdict is in. We're not guilty of anything. We're free in the Spirit. The prognosis is in. You are whole and perfect and complete, no matter what the seeming conditions are. The report card is in. You are made in the image and likeness of God. Celebrate God's life that is in and as us. Rejoice in this instant as you do. you realize you indeed are going with the flow. Yeah, it is done. Well, each week we have an affirmation that we seek to affirm throughout the week just to deepen the lessons that we're reading and what we're getting in our small groups. So I invite us together just to affirm them together. The dynamic current of the universe pours through me as health, prosperity, and wisdom. I am in the flow of life, and that is indeed the truth. Next week, Reverend Deborah will be here continuing on our series of our Adventure in Faith series, and our topic is the flow of substance and light. And as you can imagine, the color is yellow. We're doing the rainbow, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So next week is yellow, if you'd like to get in tune with the colors. And I'll be here to do the meditation, and William Minifield, who was here before. If you remember, he was magnificent. He's going to bring some great music along with Lurie and the Soul Light Connection. So be there, or be square, as they like to say. It's going to be good. If you'd like some prayer immediately after the service, look for someone who has one of the white stoles, and they're available to pray with you in the courtyard. And you don't have to wait until you have a problem. You can just pray about something good that's happened in your life and just bring more energy to it. Sometimes we just wait till things get bad and say, oh, my God, things have gotten so bad, I got to turn to God. We don't have to worry. You don't have to wait till then. You can turn to God all the time. And then, of course, for those who are online that are new to Spiritual Life Center, would like to stay in touch with who we are, what we're about, you can fill out one of the online cards. But also I'd like to ask, is anyone here for the very first time today? Any first-timers here today? Oh, we got a few here and a couple of way back and a couple of one woman up front. We thank you. We're going to give you a card that you can fill out. And if you'd like, we can keep you informed of what's happening at Spiritual Life Center. And we affirm the magnificence that you are. We see you doing great things. If you want to put on the purple ribbon, you can get a special Spiritual Life Center greeting from one of our friends or members of Spiritual Life Center. And we thank you, we appreciate you, and we behold the magnificence that you are. Let's see, and you can take the card and just leave it at the table that's in the courtyard if you'd like us to stay in contact with you about what's going on. For those who are online who would like to support Spiritual Life Center with your gift or your offering, you can simply text SLC Love to 44321. And to give you a number of different ways that you can support us online through your giving, cards, PayPal. And you can also go to our website, slcworld.org, click the Donate tab, and give in other ways, including by mail, as well as the other options that are available to you to support us and to help spread this message. So if you're watching us or either now or any other time, replay, just share, comment, share it with someone else. Subscribe if you're in that on YouTube, because the more we do that, the more people begin to learn about what these teachings are, and I think we begin to make a difference not only in their lives, but on the very planet that we live. Our job, I think, is to get a critical mass of people who are in alignment with this spiritual consciousness, and then I think in the twinkling of an eye, we can transform the world that needs to be transformed by Spirit so much today. A lot of stuff going on. But, all of our challenges may be mental, emotional, physical, but I believe all solutions are spiritual. Let God be God in us, and something begins to happen. Yes, yes. That's why we're here. So with that, let's affirm our offertory blessing together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God.
Rain, rain, wash away my tears. Take away the pain I
I've been holding on to for years. Wind blow, blow away my fears. Whisper till I know the storm will someday clear. I'm tired of holding on to this tiny rock where I thought I was safe to be. Now I'm remembering, yes, I wanna be washed to sea.
The healing storm cleanses my soul.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the healing storm, making me whole. Break open my heart. The pain is where I'm worn.
For I am reborn in the healing storm. Sunshine, shine, shine your light on all the night. Oh, yes. No longer blind, my heart will be my guide. I see the rainbows in pot of gold shining bright, showing me the way to peace again. 'Cause I've been holding on, now I give in.
The healing storm, cleansing my soul.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the healing storm, making me whole. Break open my heart, 'cause the pain is where I'm worn.
For I've been reborn in the healing storm. 'Cause I've been holding back the light, now I give in. So let the healing storm begin. Oh, yeah. Let the healing storm begin.
Well, we take this time to bless those who have blessed us with their gifts and offerings, recognizing that it's supporting a community that is open and receptive to those who are seeking to grow, develop, unfold, and be the very best that they can be as expressions of the divine. We bless those who are on their way, and we're providing a place for them to be, to realize the truth of who and what they are as children of God, children of the Most High, offsprings of the divine. Whatever we call it, we simply call it forth in our life and in our world. We also bless those who may have left their prayers in the prayer box today or throughout the week, recognizing that in some way, shape, or form, we all have challenges in this thing called life. But there is a presence that we can lean on that doesn't see the challenges, only sees the divine and perfect spiritual solutions when our human eyes cannot. There's a statement that says, before they call, I've already answered you. This reminds us that this divine presence already has the answer, even before we know what the prayer need is. So we affirm that this prayer, whatever it may be, is answered for each and every one of those who have left their prayers. Recognizing that whenever anyone is lifted up in their life, that we're all lifted up, for we are one in the Spirit. So give thanks in advance for the divine solutions that are always around us and seeking to express through us, so we can be those expressions of the presence of God that we are meant to be. And so it is, and so we let it be. It is so. Amen. With that, let's hold on. Prayer for protection first. Usually that's my mistake.
That's usually his mistake, yeah.
I'm supposed to make that mistake. So let's affirm our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is. I am. And all is well. And now let's sing our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. Let this be the moment. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Oh, let it begin with me.
Peace and blessings. Remember to go with the flow. And we're going to turn the room around for the meeting at once. So after you listen to a little bit of our post-service music, we need to clear the room to get it ready. Thank you all.